Okay, guys, we're going to continue our lesson that we've been doing on ecosystems, habitats, and biomes. Last lesson, we talked about habitats and how habitats are a little bit smaller. They're kind of like the homes of what an animal lives in. And then ecosystems are a little bit bigger than that, and multiple animals live in that area. And then biomes are big, spread out areas that share like the same climate, have the same plants and animals across like bigger areas of land, sometimes even other countries. So today we're going to focus more specifically on biomes. Okay, so what are some of the different biomes? If you look over here, I have some of the pictures that we have that show some of the different biomes. When we look at the macro or large, macro meaning large scale of the different environments we have around the world, we tend to focus on biomes. To make this simple, we'll talk about five major types of biomes. So there are other ones, but there's five major ones that I want us to focus on. Those types of biomes are aquatic, forest, desert, grassland, and tundra. So remember, this is a picture or representation of the different biomes that we have across our globe. So if we look at the key at the very bottom of this slideshow, we can see and match some of the colors that are on the map of the world. So if we look at Canada, um, we can notice that there's a lot of blue, meaning that there is a carnivorous forest, a lot of carnivorous forest in Canada. There's tundra. There is a little bit of temperate grassland. There's lots of different areas down in the United States. Or yeah, there's some desert, things like that. Now, the thing that we need to remember about biomes is what they do is they share a lot of the same vegetation or plants across this area, and they share a lot of the same climate. So, just meaning like the temperatures and like the types of precipitation they see. So, things like snow, rain, things like that. Okay, so we're going to go to the next. Now, the aquatic biome. The aquatic biome consists of any part of the earth that is covered with water. So anywhere that has water. This includes fresh water or salt water. So there's a couple different types of water, which means that there will probably be different animals, or sorry, yeah, different animals like fish that live in those different types of water. Okay. Um, Now, these subdivisions are based on salt content of the water, the aquatic plants that live there, and the aquatic animals that thrive there. So, depends on what kind of salt content they have. That allows the different plants and animals to live there. Now, the tundra biome. Tundra biomes are the coldest places on Earth. They are similar to a cold desert, except they receive less rainfall and contain different animals and plants. So again, they're talking about climate and precipitation. They have less rainfall. They're a little bit colder, right? Uh, if they're a little bit colder and have less rain, if you look at these pictures, they don't have as much vegetation. They don't have as much plants and that kind of stuff. They'll have snow. Even though the conditions are harsh, the tundra biome does have plant and animal habitats, meaning that they have plant and animals that live there. Okay, the forest biome. The forest biome is the largest and has many different plants, trees, animals, insects, and microscopic organisms, so small, little, tiny living things. The major characteristic of the forest biome is its trees. About 30% of the earth is considered a part of the forest biome, so that's a huge part of the earth. The forest biome is subdivided by its climate and types of trees present. Some subdivisions are the rainforest, temperate biome, the alpine biome. So remember, like the different types of temperature that it has. The Amazon tends to be a little bit more humid and hot, meaning that different plants and animals can live in those areas. But it is huge and it covers a big part of our Earth. Okay, now the desert biome. The desert biome is one major. The desert biome has one major distinguishing characteristic that um, the fact that it has very little vegetation. So it means that it has very little plants and animals. If you look at these pictures, you can see some of that. Um, in this picture, they don't have a lot of plants or animals, and that's generally because of the extreme weather or climate, depending on its location. So there can be cold deserts, there can be hot deserts. The deserts of Africa are extremely hot during the winters and warm throughout the rest of the year. There are also cold deserts, such as those in Antarctica. Those deserts are extremely cold in the winter and cold during other seasons. Okay, the grasslands. The grassland biome is made up of rolling hills of various grasses. They receive just enough rain to sustain grass, but not enough to grow many trees. So if you look, you can see a lot of grass, not a lot of trees. And that has a lot to do with the climate, again, and precipitation, like rain. It doesn't get as much. It gets more than the desert, but not enough to grow trees, like the forests. There are a few trees that will grow in the grasslands, but they're sporadic. Wildfires keep them under control. So sporadic just means that it happens at different times. There's not really a pattern. There are two different types of grasslands, the savannas and the temperate grasslands.